You know, for the 300 million people around the world living with a rare disease, the hardest part isn't even the symptoms. It's the waiting. Just waiting. And for almost all of them, like 95%, that wait has historically ended without a single approved treatment. But what if I told you that's all about to change? That the waiting era, as some call it, is finally coming to an end? Well, today, we're going to look at exactly how AI is doing just that, turning decades of frustration into a matter of months of real, tangible hope.
So, why has this been such an impossible problem for so long? I mean, it's a really frustrating question, right? And the answer isn't that scientists weren't trying hard enough, not at all. The problem was just the sheer scale of it all. Imagine trying to find one single typo in a library filled with 3 billion books, and your only tool, a magnifying glass? That's what we were up against.
And that immense scale is what created this painful waiting era for millions and millions of families. But here's the thing, that era is ending. It's ending because we don't have to read each one of those books one by one anymore. We now have a tool that can literally scan the entire library in an instant.
Okay, so how does this new era actually begin? Well, it all starts with finding that one tiny flaw, that needle in the massive genomic haystack. The very first step is to pinpoint the exact genetic typo that's causing the disease. And to do that, we've basically built the ultimate search engine for our own DNA.
And this right here is where things get really fascinating. There's this AI model, it's called V2P. That stands for Variant to Phenotype. And the amazing thing about V2P is that it doesn't just read the genetic code. No, it understands it. It can look at one single mutation and predict exactly how that's going to show up in the body. It connects the genetic typo directly to the real-world symptom. Think about it. It's the difference between just seeing a random string of letters versus actually reading a diagnosis.
So what does this actually look like in practice? It's pretty amazing. The AI scans a patient's entire genome. Then, it compares that to a massive global database. And then, in minutes, it pinpoints what's called the pathogenic signature. That's it. The one single error in 3 billion letters. I mean, a diagnostic journey that used to take years, sometimes even a decade, now happens in the time it takes you to run a Google search. Just think about that.
Okay, so we found the lock. The genetic problem, that's a huge step. But now what? How do you actually design the key to fix it? Well, this is where the AI totally transforms. It stops being a search engine, and it becomes a virtual scientist. We're moving out of just diagnosis and right into the frontier of actually creating the cure.
And honestly, you can't overstate what a massive shift this is. I mean, the old way, that was a decade, sometimes longer, of just slogging through trial and error in a physical wet lab, just testing thousands of chemicals hoping one would stick. The new way, it's called the lab in the loop. Here, the AI can virtually test billions of potential drug compounds against the faulty protein, and it does it in a matter of days. It's literally designing the perfect key for that one specific genetic lock. And this is the real game changer. You got to understand, the AI isn't just a tool we're using anymore. It's actually becoming the scientist. We're now building what are called agentic AI systems, and what that means is these are AIs that can think for themselves, they can form a hypothesis, design an experiment to test it, and then analyze the results all on their own. And one of the real pioneers in this space is an AI they've named Robin.
I get this. The researchers behind Robin said that it has, and I'm quoting here, successfully automated an entire scientific discovery loop. It didn't just sit there and crunch numbers that they fed it. No, it came up with a hypothesis for a treatment for macular degeneration. It designed the experiment to test it, and then it actually found potential new drugs. This isn't science fiction anymore, folks. This is just how research is done now.
Right, so this incredible speed, this radical compression of the timeline, it has massive, massive real-world consequences. I mean, we are doing things that were completely unthinkable just a few years ago. But all this new power, it forces us to stop and ask some really difficult and very practical questions.
And let's be clear, this isn't just happening in some far-off research lab. This is happening right now. Big pharmaceutical companies like AstraZeneca are already using AI to completely revolutionize their clinical trials. Think about this. The journey from finding a genetic target to actually starting human trials, that used to take more than 5 or 6 years. Now, it's being compressed down to just 18 months. That means life-saving treatments are getting to real patients faster and, frankly, more safely than ever before.
But of course, with every huge leap forward comes a huge question. The science is moving at light speed, absolutely, but our healthcare systems, our ethical frameworks, they need to keep up. You see, the AI has given us the how. It's shown us how to create these cures. But now it's up to us, as a society, to figure out the who. Who gets access to them?
And we're really just starting to navigate this incredibly complex new landscape. I mean, think about it. How do we protect the privacy of the millions of people who donated their genetic data to make all of this possible in the first place? How do we make sure that hidden biases in that data don't lead to unfair or inequitable outcomes? And as we get good at designing these incredible N-of-1 treatments, cures for just a single person's unique mutation, how on earth do we build a system that can actually afford to cure all 7,000 different rare diseases? It's funny, the challenge isn't just the science anymore, it's the scale of the solution.
We are, without a doubt, at a major turning point in human history. We're shifting from a world where we just managed symptoms to a world where we can actually engineer cures. This is going to redefine medicine as we know it. The future is just filled with this breathtaking promise, but it also really demands that we build it thoughtfully. The long wait for a cure, it's finally ending. But the conversation about what kind of future we want to build with these new powers, well, that's just beginning.